Welcome, everyone. It's time to play a very old, janky game.
3DO.
It's time to put another phantom to rest.
Master Iron Fist, Lieutenant Kalik and Sergeant Piridak reporting.
Proceed.
While dutifully patrolling the beach at Brighton Point as ordered, we detected a large raiding party of 40 elves invading our territory. When the time was right, we attacked.
Oh, how brave.
The enemy fell back before the fury of our attack. We accepted our duty to defend our fair land. We killed at least half a dozen of them before they knew what was happening. The rest ran like pigs from an axe. We gave chase, and I saw with my... What is so amusing, Master?
Nothing. Continue.
Of course. As I was saying, we were chasing the goblins, shooting them in the backs because they would not stand and fight honorably.
Regrettable, but necessary.
Yes, Your Majesty. We had slain nearly all of the goblins when we saw the sea monsters approaching. At first, we thought they had come to help the goblins, but it soon became clear their arrival had nothing to do with the fight on the beach. We ran for cover in the rocks. Each was carrying a bag around his waist, and each was wearing a curious amulet that looked like a small black box.
What? Wait a minute. Go back.
You mean the part where I personally slew 2 elves with a single arrow?
No. After that lie. Tell me about the boxes.
They were about 1.5 inches on the side and made of smooth black metal. We couldn't get a closer look.
Those boxes sound like something out of legend. What happened next?
The sea people began to quarrel, when one group turned abruptly and started walking away down the beach. The remaining started walking the other way. In the morning, we found that one of them had shed its skin on the beach. Their tracks had washed away in the tide, so we decided to return to base and report.
Thank you for your report, Lieutenant Kalik. I am pleased to hear something interesting for once. You are promoted to captain. Assemble a search party at once and find those sea people. If you succeed, you can keep the promotion, as well as your life. Oh, and Kalik, one more thing.
Good luck.
The story of the sea people will only be important in like 20 hours, so, I'll see you on episode 40 with those. So yeah, we're playing Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. The one after they got good. I know a lot of people like Might and Magic 6, but I have tried playing it, and I just can't get the hang of that game. I just have trouble and die a lot. So I'm going to play one where I know what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, get rid of all this. Get rid of all this gubbins. Okay. So, so we can play as a goblin. Our party will be 4 people. We're like a 4-headed hydra, bouncing around. We will all move together as one. Certain classes are absolutely necessary. Other classes, not so much. The 9 classes are located here. They are Knight, Paladin, Ranger, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Archer, Monk, and Thief. I am going to make a bold declaration. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like Knight, Cleric, Monk, Thief, and Sorcerer are the only viable classes. Paladin gives you some holy magic. the magic of the self, but they can only get up to like, so the 4 ranks of any skill are expert, master, and grandmaster. They can only get to master spells, and I think that's only if they choose to become like paladins of light. Spoilers, you get to become good or evil. I'm probably gonna like do both, but just like drop a save before the big schism. So like you never get access to grandmaster magic, and I don't think paladins get access to light or dark magic, and if they do, they don't get it at a high level. Rangers, you don't get any pets, so like what's the point? Rangers end up as a cross between knights and druids, so at that point you get the axe skill. That's what you get. And you get like a whole bunch of little baby skills, and just specializing is key. We're creating a party. If you wanted to go through the game as one character, a ranger would probably be great. Right. The only thing that so like to my mind, so you want a cleric and a sorcerer. You want that, you need that. You want to have access to all those spells. You can do a lot of wacky shit with magic. And then you want a thief. You need a thief. If you don't have a thief, there will be a lot of locked chests that you cannot open until you get a spellcaster who gets telekinesis, and then you can telekinesis the trap off of the chest, and then you can open it and get the loot inside. Otherwise, you need a thief. So you need a cleric, a sorcerer, and a thief. And then the only 4th class is the flex class. For me, I would suggest putting a martial character in there. Someone who can carry you through the early game and just do a fuck ton of damage and punch everything in the dick. Tricky business, I know. It's a good idea, generally, to have one entity of every species in the party. Certain enemies have racial animosities. As such, they will generally try to attack a character of the species they despise. For instance, goblins hate dwarves. If you have a dwarf in your party, the goblins will attack the dwarves. Similarly, if you have a goblin in your party and you're fighting dwarfs, the dwarfs will attack the goblin. Same with humans and elves. Certain other monsters also have certain species animosities. The point being, back to the thing. So like Paladin is a pretty cool martial class. You get some holy magic that you don't really need, and you split up a lot of your skills in a way that I don't like. Ranger, trash, garbage. A cross between knight and druid. Just play one or the other. Druid is pretty cool. The only thing you get as a druid is Grandmaster Alchemy, which you can use to make some powerful potion. Potion master, bring me your finest potions. No, these potions are too strong for you. The druid gives you access to potions that allow you to like cure paralysis and like bring back the dead and raise attributes by 50 points. But like, you can buy those. Your best class feature got replaced by a shop. So like, okay, no druids. Archer, fucking, what the fuck? What is this shit? The archer is a hybrid of the knight and sorcerer, but like, you don't want to dilute the sorcerer. You want those grandmaster spells. All right.
You have to choose me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. So you can go with knight. Knight's cool. Knights can never learn magic under any circumstances. They get a lot of hit points. The most useful ability, they get plate armor, and they specialize in the blade. While you were learning magic, I was mastering the blade. But I'd say their most useful skill is their ability to repair equipment. Your shit will get broken, and if it does, only a knight will be able to repair it. In the field. Otherwise, you'll have to like go to a shop, and like we're gonna end up in a lot of areas where a shop is just not accessible. Still, getting to the grand. Every class has 2 advancements, and the second advancement is Knight. In Knight makes me want to die, so I am not choosing Knight. I will have a Monk. Monks. Second only to Knights in combat, and they have access to spells from the clerical schools. Now, I am not so certain about that. I feel like monks can overcome knights in terms of like melee combat, but monks are very late game heroes. You know what I mean? To be a powerful knight, you only need 2 skills. You need blade and you need full plate, and that's it. Once you get there, you're good. Monks need unarmed, staff, dodge, and leather. So you'll be splitting up your skills more, but ultimately, I feel like you get a more powerful character. But we'll see. Human? Nope.
Don't get what could choose me. Choose me.
Pick me.
Nope.
Hey, right. I want in. Pick me.
Absolutely not.
Please.
How about me?
Nope.
Right here.
Don't leave, please.
Pick me. Choose me. How about me? I can do it.
Get in, Morton. I think I'm gonna want a human for a cleric. Off, Outwayne. No.
I'm your man. I am the one you need.
Fine.
Take me.
How about me? Right.
Don't leave.
Pick. Choose.
You.
Pick. Choose. Please.
Don't get what could go. Choose me. Pick me. Hey, right here. Oh, come on. Please, choose me. Oh, come on. Pick me.
Oh my god. So each of the characters has their own unique attitude, and they will bring that attitude into play during the game. And dear God, the redheaded lady elf is the most annoying character in the world. But I guess that's her appeal.
Come on. Pick me.
Actually.
Don't get me killed. What could go wrong? Choose me. Pick me.
Sure. Let's bring her along. Shauna, Morton, Wanda, and Aaron. Sure, that seems fine. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at all of the classes and abilities and such. Okay. So now we can allocate some points. Let's dump intellect and personality. For these people, they do not need them. Intellect is responsible for spell points. As such, it's super important for arcane casters. Divine casters get their power from personality. Unfortunately, elves have goddamn shit endurance, so our dear Aaron is gonna have no fucking HPs, and it will be our responsibility to try to fix that. But we'll see what we can do. I'm going to dump luck. Luck decreases the damage you take from traps. As much damage. It also gives you an opportunity to find extra loot on your enemies. But there are an infinite number of enemies in the game. As time passes in the game world, monsters respawn and monsters drop loot. And sometimes treasure chests even respawn their loot. So, like, as near as I can tell, there is no reason to have too many points in luck. You will never run out of money. There will come a point where you are rolling in cash, and you don't know what to do with it. That time is far off, but it rapidly approaches. Potion master. Okay. Whoops. Much obliged. So we want high might and speed for our monk and our thief, because they're going to be the ones who are stabbing people. Personality is important for the cleric. We can dump intellect on our cleric. You don't need that. Accuracy. Hit more. Accuracy is not strictly necessary for a sorcerer, because spells don't use the accuracy ability. You just shoot a spell. You just do it. Oh, and he won't need personality. Dump that. Throw that in the garbage. Throw that in the trash. Let's get everybody a few more endurance points. People like those. Let's give everybody some more accuracy points. We're going to be spending most of the early game just like punching things with our fists. It's going to be rough. let's boost that personality a bit. We want to have our cleric filled with magic points. So the monk gets... so, like, staff is cool, but we're not going to be using it for a while, so I'm not going to waste our available skills on staff. Sword, dagger, spear. Leather is a good thing to start with. Just because you start with some free leather armor, and dodging is not so good to begin with. So unarmed is good at the beginning and falls off later, but when you get Grandmaster unarmed, you get to use your staff. And then on the flip side, unarmed starts weak at the beginning, but when you reach Grandmaster dodging, you get to wear leather armor. And then I'm going to take bodybuilding, which gives you extra hit points. So for our thief is going to need... dodging, no. Perception and disarm. Yep. And then I am going to want mind and spirit magic for our cleric. Merchant is obviously very useful. Repair item is also very useful. But spirit and mind magic are the most expensive skills to learn. So taking them now will mean that I don't have to spend 2,000 gold later to learn them. And then when it comes to our dear sweet elf, I'm going to want to identify items, but once again, learning these spells is the most expensive. Identify monster, no. Alchemy, no. I will want alchemy later. Reaching a certain rank in alchemy is just useful so that you can, like, cure poison, because we're not going to get cure poison spells for a while. But nuts to it. Let's go for water magic. Water magic's got a lot of useful stuff in there. Okay, cool. Let us begin.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Emerald Island scavenger hunt is about to begin. The list of objects has been given to all contestants. As you know, the winners of the contest will be awarded title to Castle Harmony and the surrounding lands. Be careful. Emerald Island can be dangerous. Last night, 3 contestants disappeared, and we are concerned for their safety. During the contest, please be on the lookout for our missing contestants. If you find a piece of equipment in the woods, return at once with the clue. It may save their lives. There have been rumors that some kind of monster is loose on the island and may be hiding in one of the caves. If you see a cave you are unfamiliar with, don't go into it. Send someone back to town and the guards will conduct a search for you. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. And one more thing. We have... Sorry. We have reports that the monster may be a dragon. If you see it, run for your lives.
Okay, sick. So this is our little tutorial character. She is Margaret the Docent. I am going to turn the tour off, but greetings. Welcome to Emerald Island. We have a contest. The contest is to find a red potion, a seashell, a longbow, a floor tile from the Temple of the Moon, to be specific, a musical instrument, and a wealthy hat. This is the game. Welcome. We got a map. We got our companions, active spells, the game world, how much food we have so we can rest, a little bit of gold, and these are our characters. Let's put some fucking clothes on. A pearl ring, utterly unremarkable in every way. Huh, it seems that perception has gotten us access to these alchemy materials. Ooh, a ring of charm. Useful. Holy shit, what the fuck? You just gained 6 points from your personality boost. Oh no! Okay. This brass ring does nothing. So the spells that she knows are Detect Life, which is kind of useless. For now, Grandmaster Detect Life is kind of useful. Showing what spells an opponent has is nice. Remove fear, pretty useless. Especially at normal level, because it only works for 3 minutes. 3 minutes per point. So if a character has been afraid for more than 3 minutes at skill level 1, it does nothing. And then cure weakness, which is also useless. Because like you don't need to go to a temple to cure weakness. You just need to take a nap. But the spells that we can learn are heal, which we'll be using a lot. Bless, which will be useful later. Normal level bless kind of sucks, but expert level bless is fucking rad. And mind blast, which we won't be using very much of. Another brass ring. So our dear sorcerer Aaron here knows torchlight, which can actually be kind of useful. There are a lot of dark areas in this game, and torchlight will brighten them up. Wizard Eye, which shows us stuff on our map. We will be using Wizard Eye a lot, because it only shows terrain and monsters now, but it will eventually show treasure, points of interest, and eventually just be free. We just have it on all the time. And then we have Awaken, which wakes people up. It's very rare that someone puts the party to sleep, but hey, you never know. Such things have been known to happen. We get Firebolt, Featherfall, and Poison Spray. Firebolt is considered the sort of old reliable of spells. It even says so in the description. It does 1 to 3 points of damage per point of skill in fire magic, but the casting cost is only 2 spell points, which is really nice. Featherfall will make it so you don't fucking die, especially from fall damage, and fall damage will just fucking kill you. And then Poison Spray, it does less damage than Firebolt, but it fires a certain number of shots, which is pretty useful, and the base damage is greater than Firebolt at low levels. But as it says in the description, most monsters do not have resistance to water magic, so it becomes more reliable. Later on, we will be fighting monsters who you hit them with a Firebolt and it just does no damage, because they're like, nah man, I'm made of fire, what the fuck are you doing? So that's when the Poison Spray comes in handy. But that's our party. And we will begin exploring the island next time on Might and Magic 7. Oh no, I was afraid of this. Oh man, I can't wait to cycle my saves.